All right, guys, welcome to the GP. What's the GP name this time?
Delhi.
Delhi, yeah, GP Delhi Decklist stream. We haven't done a Decklist stream in a few months, so I'm pretty happy to be back. And with me, we have some people. I don't know how well the audio balancing is for you guys, so I'm just going to
Uh,
hope that it's not bad. Hopefully, I'm not too soft.
we're Doc. What's up?
Yeah,
We're just going down the. Okay, I'm Nix. I play this sometimes.
I'm Ricky. All my favorite decks have been nerfed. I'm sad.
We play you a
Fine.
we play you a song on the world's smallest violin.
Why can't I Green Sun Zenith with upside? Why can't I polymorph at instant speed anymore? Why can't I get 6 mana on turn 2? Or I mean turn. Okay, I can still get 6 mana on turn 3. Why can't I get 12? Why can't I get 12 mana on turn 4 anymore? Anyways, yeah, that's enough complaining for me. So do you just want to start going through the decks now?
Sure.
And I'm Drew. All my favorite decks will be nerfed.
Hey, it's okay. If we both perform really well, Truk, then it can't be nerfed because no one will notice it.
Yeah.
True.
And for those of you at home, but this is the GP right after this year's May Madness patch and 2 new sets coming out, so very exciting GP because there's going to be a lot of changes to meta. And yeah, so the two new sets are Beyond the Blackwell, right? Beyond the Blackwell and Empty Throne of Feynev. I'm not going to expand on them anymore because I think that's enough introduction. I'm pretty sure people are already bored of me talking like this. So, wait, am I streaming? I am streaming,
Yeah.
right? Can you like double check that I haven't started?
Yeah,
I don't think you're streaming.
Okay, thank God. Remember that time where I didn't actually start the stream? Find out until later.
I can't see your stream.
Wait, really?
Yes.
It's visible on my end.
Well, it says that there's 3 concurrent viewers right now, and it seems like the stream's going. So,
Oh, I think their internet just someone cut a wire in Arkansas and it's over.
Okay. I guess I'll simply not see the stream.
apparently YouTube's warning me that my bitrate is too low. Not too bad. I guess my internet isn't good enough. So we'll just continue chugging on. So, anyways, let's look at the first deck. Who's Dr. Batman? You're up.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, this is basically bug mid-range shell that's built around Dead Man's Party. Dead Man's Party is a really, really cool card, and I think it's really underexplored as just like any sort of advantage engine.
Yeah. So let's see. New cards. What are the new cards?
I don't think there are any new cards because
There are no new cards.
we're not very smart.
Okay.
Oh, you just don't see it, but they're using the BTP swamps. Yeah.
I don't think that counts as a new card.
Uh,
Oh, actually, no, you do have a new card. You have Whisperwood's Exploration post nerf.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that used to be an instant, right?
Yeah,
Used to be an instant, now it's a reflexive trigger.
and the sorcery.
Yeah.
It's decently worse.
I mean, I got nothing else to say. This is just like discard and then beat in with guys.
Yeah, nothing more to say. You want to talk about
I
the
think there's
sideboard?
probably.
The sideboard?
Yeah, you got some interesting. Chain of Duo, Nullifier. I mean, it's not cards that we see often.
I just wanted
Yeah.
some random, really strong hate because we're not super familiar with the format because we're back after a long while.
Right, yeah.
Trauma
I think
Spike is Trauma Spike. 3 mana wipe for aggro, Grave Hate, Swineherd, and Celestial Banishment. Covers a lot of random stuff really well.
So tricky. You were about to say something?
Yeah, I think this probably has a bad observer matchup.
Server? Okay. I see. I see what team you're on right now.
Yeah. Just looking for ways to kill 8-mana colorless creatures. Yeah.
You just have to I guess you can celestial banishment it in response to the ability, I guess.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, anyways, I guess that's enough talking about this deck. So let's move on to Crush Castle. Playing Compose
Yippee!
from Dreams. Interesting.
Ooh.
Crush always comes up with these insane decks that nobody has thought of before. And playing these random cards that nobody really thinks of. Like has Caster of Unks.
Oh, you have crabbing student. I was really thinking about it too.
So what's the that's a lot of fatigue.
It's getting out cramming students and flatboat artisans and free casting a bunch of fatigues to kill them.
Nice.
Is that the only way for you to reduce your costs? You need 2 of those guys out before you can start cycling for free, right?
Hey, don't think about it too hard. It's
Yeah,
fine.
looks like it.
Okay, and they got Null Paradigm and Caster of Unks to do damage while they're casting spells.
I was considering a list similar to this as well. It would include a bunch of like archives because cramming student does not say main library. So yeah.
Stick everything in the archives and then you draw from the archive, I guess.
Yeah, you just run through your archive.
Yeah.
But that might be a little bit too clunky. Either
I
way.
I think no.
This deck's already clunky enough on its own, I feel.
Yeah.
But if you don't get enough cost reducers out, these fatigues are really going to start junking up your deck. Although I guess the data points at least don't go into your deck directly, so just free cantrips.
Yeah. I
But this
think
type of
no
deck,
power gem. No power gem. Really good use of no power gem.
this kind of type of deck does have the potential to do really crazy things, just like winning really fast.
It also has the potential to completely fizzle out. But I guess that's a
Yeah,
risk you take.
don't worry about the downsides. Just only stare at the top 1% scenarios.
Yeah. Well, I think that's enough about this deck. So moving on, we have Giant Poet, who is on Burn, right? It's Burn. It's
Prowess,
Prowess
burn,
Burn.
whatever you want to call it.
I knew I should have added guiding lights.
Ember Core Grazer. Let's go.
So
New
that's a new
card.
card. It's a 3-mana with Prowess and Haste, 3/1 attacks. Okay, so
Refunds
enters you
itself.
get that's free and it does stuff. Well, I mean, I guess that card's good. Is this card good? Has anyone played against this?
It's good.
Okay, so what usually happens with this card?
It's like Emissary of Antiquities, except it has prowess.
Ah. Wait, this literally is just Emissary, like, but better.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have flying, but
Yeah, but
yes.
Priest of Juno is an interesting choice. Is there like any benefit to this thing, or are you just like trying to cycle your hand?
I guess
I
it's if
think.
you get too many lands.
Just like generally good instead of having any specific synergies?
Yeah. I've
Like,
seen Priest of Tunu being played quite a bit recently, yeah, in League.
I remember a lot of burn stuff. They're playing 4 Glowing Prescience in the sideboard, which I
Let's
like.
go.
Yeah, I like how Nick suddenly discovered that this card's good, and now everyone's in mono red is running it.
Yeah.
Anyways, if we had any more comments, then
Nope.
okay, let's move on. Oh wait, just complaining that I'm buffering right now. What? Apparently my stream bitrate is just really low. Well, anyways, nothing we can do about that. Let's move on to Requiem's deck. Wait, I just realized that we're not filling out the spreadsheet at all.
It's fine.
I am.
I have just quickly filled up the spreadsheet.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
probably fill
I'm
out the
done.
spreadsheet. Okay, so Dead Man's Party. Three Chili Peppers. It's it's interesting, but not really something I like. Postman Dreams feels like a really powerful, or it feels like a interesting deck, but I feel like it's way too clunky. So
I
not gonna
feel
put points
like
in C.
if I watch Compose from Dreams, it's either going to crash and burn spectacularly or actually succeed and be a miracle for the ages.
Yeah. Mono Red Prowess is Mono Red Prowess. Whatever. Oh, both players on observe. Okay, who's doing the number rankings this time? Nick, you've won more games recently than I have, right? You be the expert.
Sure.
Okay, so what about Dead Man's
Mm.
Party? 6 or 7? Oh, what?
I'm just writing down numbers.
Okay.
Wait, what is Requiem running?
Observer OTK apparently.
Yeah, this is
Ooh, they found a
this
deck.
this is the deck of the GP. It's looking like.
Someone found a use for Aaron's Radical. I was looking really hard into that card. Seems like
Yeah, I think
it's
I was the first one.
incredibly good.
Yeah, I was the first one to do Amman's Radical Observer.
So, wait, what's Sebastian shape? Why are you giving lifelink?
Nothing.
You don't.
Absolutely nothing.
You create 2 enchantments.
Yeah,
two
really
enchantment
hard
tokens.
in this
Feed the
spot?
enchantment of your observer.
They're like
You
no
can-
other you draw that makes 2 enchantments.
It makes
they're-
2 of them. It makes 3 enchantments counting itself.
Ah,
And it's a 2-mana
2
2/2
mana
life.
for
Like,
3 enchantment.
it's a meh creature, but like
It's the
an incredible
affinity.
number of-
It's the affinity kind of creature where it just makes a bunch of free mana for your big guys.
see. And you got
And also, like when you think about it, a ritual is basically a ritual that is also a 2/2 with life too.
Yeah. It's better than. Yeah, it's just a ritual.
you're playing a bunch of land enchants too. What's that for?
Color fixing.
Wait, so
Yeah.
Blossoming Expanse got nerfed, so you're just using it for color fixing now?
Well, they need color fixing because they're on 19 lands and playing Enrin's
Five
Radical
color.
land into Suyu's Masterpiece in the same deck.
How often does this deck crash and burn from Mana Screw?
Never.
Surprising, never.
Almost never. It's insane.
Bastion noted the free is a free 5-color land.
Also, you have unmarked vials. If we go down to the artifact section, take a quick look at that.
You're running 4 Prismatic Lens. That also makes another token. You're running couple market lines.
Yeah. What's Underhanded Deal do?
Draw
Is
you
this-
cards.
Is it just Thoughtcast?
Yeah, it's just Thoughtcast.
I think of it as
1 mana draw 3.
Ancestral Recall.
Ah, right. So it's better Thoughtcast.
Yeah, and then you sacrifice it to Observer of Aeons, and
Oh, this deck seems extremely well built. And Intetsu's Masterpiece means that you're not just like a single one-shot deck. You also have a 3 mana threat that stays around and is hard to interact with.
yep.
Also, with wildlife sketches, if you look at the funny pecking order there, that means it turns your radicals and your chaplains into masterpieces.
Right, yeah. How often does
So you basically
That's like it's like Plan C,
It-
probably.
it goes off if you don't win the game on turn 4.
Right.
It gives you really good grind game. Yeah,
How often does Wildlife Sketches whiff in this deck? Is it
very often.
I don't want to talk about it.
It whiffs very often.
Hey, one
Yeah,
mana
I-
for enchantment, that's good enough, right? In this deck.
Yeah. If you think about it, it's
Yeah.
1 mana for -1 mana later, so it's basically free.
Yeah.
You're running Sigil of Radiance in a deck that wants to exile cards from Yard.
You usually don't exile cast from Yard, mostly just.
You
the
could just sack
back
all your
Board.
whole board.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't really have a way to sacrifice things.
Oh, wait,
You
wait,
just
no,
exile it
Exile
from
your
your
whole
board.
board.
you exile
Exile your
Sigil
whole
and
board.
then you start
yeah,
exiling from your
exile.
graveyard.
Yeah, you can just exile Sigil.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Blessing Chalice, yeah, Blessing Chalice is pretty good, it seems. Well, I have to give this deck 5 Chili Peppers. This is definitely the spiciest deck I've seen so far.
This
currently.
is Observer of Aeon's Sins made manifest. 1 chili pepper.
Next, you're only rating at 7? You don't think it's going to blend the GP?
No. It can get run over by certain things. If you're fast enough, any like aggro red deck or burn deck or what do you call it? The cleric decks. If you have like direct damage that doesn't require combat, you could beat it up. It doesn't kill that fast.
Have to get under them. It doesn't
Yeah.
really die that hard to artifact hate, right?
It doesn't die that hard, but like
I think like if your opponent has like 3 different pieces of artifact hate, then you die hard to it.
yeah, you can counterplay by like playing Aeons and then connecting the Ring of Souls. But yeah. Oh, it also does die extremely hard to rot and the
Yeah.
other one.
Singularity's Grasp.
That one, yes. So
Yeah.
it has weaknesses, but if it goes off, it goes off.
Well, so moving on, is this exact same deck, Triku?
It's
Slightly different.
slightly different. This is an earlier build. I think
You have later ambitions.
Requiem and Nyx are based off of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creatures, I'm notably playing Transcended Explorer, which isn't actually that good, but it gives me more wildlife sketches targets.
I see. You're afraid of whiffing.
And-
You're not
Yeah.
going to take the risk there. So, what about the later ambitions? Is this just main deck hand hate?
Main deck, anti-combo. It's anti-combo. It strips away something that would kill my Avatar of Innovations. Yeah.
Huh. Same.
Sideboard is pretty different.
Yeah, you got Season? What does that do? Oh, it makes your
Same
Get
observer.
Hexproof.
I
Yeah.
see.
And I also, because I think the worst matchups for this are Clerics and Burn, got Morality module on the sideboard. So you can gain 6 life.
Is a one-shot you might gain 6 life even good?
Absolution is very good. As because it triggers on your own end
Yeah.
step, and it's just
Yeah, but
Pyrexia
against
Arena
burn.
And
sometimes.
also, the funny thing is that Corruption is also basically 4 burn for 2 mana, because you can then exile it to Observer when you attack with it.
Right. I would have expected something more along the lines of Guiding Light if you really wanted to hate on burn, but I guess you
Yeah,
also
but
wanted
the burn deck I'm worried about doesn't target
right, because you're
Clerics
talking
doesn't
about cards,
target.
right?
Clerics is what I'm worried about.
Clerics. Is Clerics a burn deck?
I think that it is.
Sort
The
of.
versions I played against were.
It's sort of a burn deck. If you want to call like Mill also burn deck.
Sure. Moving on. Nyx, can you explain yourself?
Okay, so I stole Truk's deck, made changes, and then Requiem stole it from me.
Okay, so that means that Requiem should be one with one less chili pepper.
Sure, let's go with that.
Do you think of the okay, which one of the Observer decks do you think is the best one currently?
I mean, Requiem and mine are literally copy paste.
Okay.
Card for card. Between me and Truk, if I had to like pit them against each other, well, it literally just comes down to who draws more observers.
Yeah.
But since Underhanded Deal draws more cards than Transcendent Explorer, I'm gonna favor myself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Playing the Ancestral Recall is better than playing the. I don't know.
It's a 3/1 that draws a card. You can't get that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a blocker.
Just
It's
ignore
decent.
the last line of text, right?
Sealed Evil in a Cage.
Oh, I
it's
like that card.
It's a portable hull.
It's 3 or greater,
Oh,
so you always trade up.
reverse portable hull.
Yeah, this is
Portable
what you're
hill.
bringing to the mirror.
That's
Stationary
for the
hull.
mirror.
Yeah, stationary hill.
And then she's in, and then Embrace the Veil for more mirror shenanigans.
Don't target permanent you don't control 5. Ah, I see. It's also good against
Yeah.
mid-range decks, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be willing to give. Yeah, I'll give you guys 5 chili peppers and Requiem 4 chili peppers for being a plagiarist. Okay, Goblin
Yeah.
War Buggy.
It's fish.
Fish.
It's fish. Ew.
Oh, fish.
Fish. Well,
Is fish still good?
Aladdin
Probably.
Aladdin
Yay.
Provider is only
Yeah,
nerfed here,
probably.
I think, right? Everything else
Like,
is
it's-
untouched.
It's playing
Well, that's-
32 bangers and some spell pierce.
Let's take a look at the new card in the deck.
Island.
Ooh.
Right? That was Murpho.
Wowie zowie.
Are there no new merfolk?
Probably not.
Well, do you think the sets would have merfolk? Like beyond the black wall, why would there be merfolks in that set?
I
Oh, there's
think it would
merfolk
only-
in ETF.
Oh, there. Wait,
Yeah.
there isn't. Oh, right. PNF is like as merfolk.
It's like dark fantasy-ish.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think any merfolk here are playable. Or at least like super constructed.
Yeah.
Like merfolk. But so like we have limited commons, draft on.
I think
draft
Benthic
signpost,
Alchemist can maybe see
uh,
something.
limited draft uncommons, rare for commander. Yeah, that's all we have.
Okay, yeah. Maybe not a mono blue merfolk. Okay.
Yeah, but merfolk is still solid. Like it can still do things. Oh, misquantify. That's a card I haven't seen before. Counter target non-creature spell with an odd mana value. In parentheses, 0 is even. I love how every card that references odd even has to like put 0 is even in reminder text because enough people don't know about that they have to, because they're afraid it'll cause rules arguments otherwise. It's not even rules arguments, it's like just math arguments otherwise.
Oh, Mirror Gate is on the sideboard end.
Oh, yeah, it also got nerfed. So it no longer color skews people.
Which is unfortunate.
It'd be unfortunate. It makes the card a lot more play.
It's fun to like just play 4 Mirror Gates and then ruin the game.
You're that kind of person,
Alright.
aren't you?
I don't know anyway.
Alright, yeah, so but I'll give Merfolk like 2 chili peppers because I've seen enough of that deck. Moving on. Neon Blue.
Legends.
Interesting. I see Neon's coming prepared for a certain matchup. But okay, so they have Yifang Hu and Henry, and is that
Anyway,
they have more Storm Hate in the sideboard? Got Margaret. They don't actually have that much Storm Hate, right? For someone who's named
they've
it
got
like this.
Zelkar of the Ancient Ways.
And Margaret.
Oh, right, they do. Okay, so with 4 similar parties plus this many hate bears, yeah, Storm probably isn't having.
And also, K-Lam is technically Storm Hate, since
How is it?
Cold Storm is Bit Storm.
It exiles Quantum Bit.
Oh right,
Exiles
Quantum Bit.
Quantum
I forgot that that's the Storm card we're talking about now.
This deck seems fine.
There's lots of 2-ubs in this deck, which makes sense. There's a
That's
Legend
kind
set.
of that's kind of just Legends, isn't it?
No, I
Yeah.
think the Legends deck that I ran had a lot of 4-ubs because it was super tight.
Assemble the Party makes it. Assemble the Party makes it a little bit more justifiable.
Assemble makes it a lot more justifiable. And we do have a new card here in the Marquise Devonport. So it's a 2-mana 3/3 with haste and a downside. Wait, I should be playing this card in. Anyways, it's a 2-mana 3/3 with haste and.
Sometimes you can flip it for a dragon.
No, I don't think the ability exists in this deck. Maybe it does. I could see the game going late enough to flip this.
It sometimes is doing a lot of legwork.
It'll like come up in one of those grindy games where this ends up winning the game just because the game went on for long enough for you to flip this.
It is a 3/3 with haste, and that's the important part.
Yeah. 3/3 with haste that important? Is there like no better options for this slot though? I feel like there has to be a better option for this slot.
There aren't a lot of exciting red 2-drops
It
legends.
doesn't have to be red, right? You could just play like 2 more of one of your better legends in this deck.
Uh,
What do I know? I'm not the builder of this deck. And sideboard, yeah. So interesting deck. Actually, I'll give it 4 chili peppers. It's fun enough. But
I'm going for 3. It's fun, but it's not good at.
only rating it at 5. Interesting.
I don't think it's that strong
why is this called Ass Party?
because it's assemble the
Assemble
party.
the party.
Ass
I'm
party.
gonna.
You know, there's a deck that I've been thinking about building. It's a deck that uses both Assemble the Party and Butterfly Rebellion, and the deck will be called. You can guess what it is, right?
Ass butter.
Ass Party, yeah, Ass Party Butt Rebellion. Yeah, someone please build that deck for us so that we can put this, so we can like submit it to a GP and have that as a deck name.
Hell fucking yeah, brother.
I mean, like, how do you actually synergize those 2 cards? Assemble the Party and Butterfly Rebellion. Is there?
I don't know. That's your job now.
I'm bad at building these sorts of decks though.
Lisa, grab tokens, legendary tokens, duplicate the legendary tokens? Question mark.
I guess you can like just fetch 1-drop legends, but most of the 1-drop legends kind of suck, or kind of suck past the early game.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Lisa the Dara works pretty well with Butterfly Rebellion because it makes a 4/1 haster. But I think we've been.
It's kind of a.
Yeah. So anyways, let's move on to Herber, who is on Cell Type Blasphemy.
With 4 copies of main deck, Deathless Siege.
This
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this deck construction.
This is a Deathless Siege Oil the Mind deck of all time.
So
I hate
basically,
this.
yeah, you get Deathless Siege out, and then you can't die if you have Oil the Mind, right?
You mill out your opponent, correct?
Because Oil the Mind lets you
Yeah.
basically lets you not mill out, and Deathless Siege only makes you die if you mill out.
Yup.
And then you have generic control stuff to also keep not dying and not letting your opponent make you die until you.
New card, new Snapcaster Mage,
It's
yay!
wicked Adept. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really good card.
And don't forget the main deck Singularity's Grasp.
The 2 main deck Sing Grasp.
Blowing up.
Oh, and then Identity held ransom in the sideboard.
What does that do? It's a mill card.
It lets you win the mirror.
It's Grave Hate and mill.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Grave Hate.
Huh.
It messes with quant a bit.
Right,
Yeah, that's about
does.
it.
Yo, Jack, horrific harvester.
I wonder if anyone's actually running Quantum Bet.
Jack, what does Jack do again?
He's cool. I don't know. Look at him. He's a pumpkin.
Right, I guess it does
He's
stuff.
just
He's like a
that.
mid-range planeswalker that hasn't found a home
Yeah,
yet.
terrific officer. Yeah.
And wait, Miss Letitia Wormwood. We haven't talked about this new card yet. That's probably the.
I think this is the first time.
Letty.
Oh,
The first time I think rotation.
It's just
It
Oko.
is.
it's Oko.
This is.
It's just Oko.
Okay, so imagine if your 3-mana walker entered at 6 loyalty.
Okay, so that's already half an Oko,
Yeah,
but what's
one
that other half?
Well, with a -3, you can just destroy things, which is basically making them an elk.
I mean, yeah, I guess killing something is almost as good as making it into a 3/3, except that he does not plus to do that, so it's only half an Oko.
Only half. Okay.
Yeah, to be a full Oko, you need to plus to get ahead on board.
Still quite a good card.
Trevor says that Jack is mostly there in observer matchups to sack observers. Oh, yeah, -2 does make it sack observers.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
Feels slow though, but
Yeah.
I could see it. And if you, I feel like
Yeah,
you're
it
already
does
good
get
enough.
around.
You're already good enough in this
Get
observer
around
matchup,
Ring of
though.
Souls. Gets around Ring of Souls.
I guess they're just really tacked against observer matchup with 2 Singularity's Grasp board as well as 1 in the main, right? Oh, they can go up to 4 Singularity's Grasp to really hate on this small permanent decks.
Yep.
Okay.
It's combo before turn 3. It's that easy.
They can do that, right? They get down a huge observer, even if it gets, and then Trevor wilts, and then next turn you just swing in with your observer and do a bunch of damage. But still not enough to kill. And okay, and then Jack
Observer
comes
can
down.
also just like
Close it.
drop a Deathless Siege and Observer can't do anything anymore.
Oh yeah, that works too.
It's
Multi-ability, I'll give it like 3 chili peppers.
I'm giving it 4 chili peppers because I really want to see it. I'm not sure how many times I want to see Deathless Siege.
It'll be fun. It'll
It's a
make a
strong
great
game.
commentary if Trevor gets the Deathless Siege block out. Give me
I think this is probably a 6. It's a 6.
give me a 7.
It's a very
I'm
strong
giving it
deck.
a 6. Is it?
Yeah, it's actually quite
It's got a good observer matchup, so I guess so. Good observer and burn matchup.
You can play Deathless Siege and just protect it in a lot of cases.
Protect it with your 2 Cosmic Sinkholes? You have 4 Polar Fractures, yeah, I guess you can protect it.
Yeah. And if they get around it, you just they probably aren't aggro.
Yeah. Actually, Burn can't win against Deathless Siege at all.
It cannot, yeah.
Well, moving on, it's Epid, and they're playing my deck. Or the deck that I built. It's Burn featuring Neon Claw Knight, because apparently Neon Claw Knight is the only thing on my mind recently.
It's a really good card.
It's insane, yeah.
Yeah.
Neon Claw Knight is very good.
It's very good,
That's
but
that's the card I thought was gonna be the standout because like this thing's crazy.
it is, but like the thing is nobody's really building any decks to take advantage of it, right?
It kind of just slots pretty satisfactorily into burn, doesn't it?
That's the thing though, like
It's plays Tatsuo's maneuver.
it's like not that actually, it's not that obvious because it's a 2-drop that doesn't have haste. Doesn't do a damage immediately, so like if you play it and it gets removed, all it did was essentially 1 damage. You need to find ways to make use of that 1 damage. which this deck does with Hatzo's Maneuver.
Yes,
If you buff the
and
damage
also Rogger's Gambit, because I think Rogger's Gambit gets increased by the Amplify as well when it's
yeah,
required.
you get to double dip if you Rogar's Gambit, or if you reprise a Rogar's Gambit into a buffed spell.
Yeah.
They're running smoldering pages to just.
Yeah, they should probably cut this. After I ran my GP, I just, or after my league run, I cut Smoldering Pages and put in Flaming Point Technique instead.
Smoldering Pages there for the Observer matchup. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really good against Observer. Maybe I should have kept somewhere Smoldering Pages. Yeah, maybe I should have.
Yeah.
And only 2 Exhilarating Questions.
I feel like, yeah, I'm not actually sure how good Exhilarating Presence actually is against control matchups, because against control, you're trying to go lower than them, right? And putting in Exhilarating Presence just means that sometimes on turn
Yeah.
3, you have to slam something that doesn't do anything immediately, and also require you to cast spells afterwards to do stuff. Like,
Well, in the control matchup, they have to kill Oppressions.
yeah, but it gives them the turn off. If you don't play it on curve, then you can't really put any counters on it because you've already exhausted all your burn spells.
Yeah, that's true. I think Prescience is a little bit better in the like a more big red
Yeah, definitely.
Decklist than the. But yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if it belongs in burn sideboards. Certainly willing to see if Epid manages to make it work. Also, has anyone alright, Brazen Sacrilege. I don't think anyone has really experimented with Brazen Sacrilege post quote unquote nerf, right?
What's that card again?
So Brazen Sacrilege, if you weren't like Brazen Sacrilege.
I kind of remember the old
Sacrilege.
one. It had like a graveyard effect.
Yeah, it has a graveyard effect.
Damage doubling. Yeah.
So like
It
previously,
is worth noting that if you stack the Neon Claw Knight discount, you can use Brazen Sacrilege does also have a combo with Storm Surge,
yeah, it does.
so your Orchestrate goes off with it.
So like Brazen Sacrilege, I realized that the new Brazen Sacrilege is actually still really good, and nobody's really. I don't think anyone has built a deck that took huge advantage of it. So something of note, like Brazen Sacrilege buffs damage from all sources, not just spells. So basically gives all your creatures +1 damage if they connect. It also buffs non-creature damage too. So like if you upkeep past Brazen Sacrilege with Suitor of the Sea out, you're suddenly buffing Suitor's ping by 1. And then if you can like just get 2 more damage out of it, you're really happy. For Carry Distant, Brazen Sacrilege will buff the Carry Distance damage. So if like your opponent casts a spell into Distant, you can Brazen Sacrilege in response and get them to take 2 damage off Distant. And then if they cast any further spells, they take even more damage. And it also like double buffs. It also buffs Hatzel's maneuver and stuff. Yeah, so Brazen Sacrilege is actually still really good. In fact, it's probably just as good as it was before, but it's just good in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Next up, we have
if there's 5 chili peppers because I built this deck and I want to see it in action, I'm only giving it 6. Okay, I guess Burn loses to stuff, right?
I think it's good. I think some of the other decks are scarier. I think like the more pure burn, the prowess burn deck is a little bit scarier just by the amount of burst damage you could suddenly come out with.
Actually, did the Prowess Burn deck running new cards? Giant Bullet's not running Bite Blitz, right? Should they be running? It should be running Bite Blitz. Hey,
Maybe.
well, actually, no. They're playing a version that has a bunch of hasters, so I guess maybe it's not worth it.
The new card mainly is Ember Core Grazer, which is.
Oh, wait, Neon Blue isn't
I
running.
think Neon Claw Knight is really, really good.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, Neon Claw Knight.
I wonder. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't seen a deck that uses both of them together.
Neon Claw Knight and Embercore Grazer.
Before Grazer. Yeah.
I think maybe it just doesn't work out curve wise. Thing. Oh. Anyways, so moving on, we have Gal, who is on mono red. Mono red elemental of surprise. That's mono. Yeah.
It's black red.
There's a little bit of black in there.
Okay. Black. So it's
Perfect
newcomers,
distraction.
newcomers
Seems
luck,
like that's about it.
Newcomer's black.
Dress.
a bit thrill deck. It's extremely scary if you can get it going.
Yeah.
But
Don't understand it.
3 it's running Industrial Revolt. That card feels too weak. Like the rate just feels really low.
Seems weak without newcomer's luck.
Rapid
Is Industrial
Thrill.
Revolt good?
Oh, Rabbit Hill.
That is
I
why.
don't think I've seen Rabbit Hill before. Doesn't have any new cards. Industrial Revolt.
That's the only one I think.
Rapid Thrill and Newcomer's Luck are very interesting. This has potential.
And Pitch Fire in the
Oh,
sideboard.
Pitchfire. Yeah, we forgot. I wonder if some of the other people will be running the Pitchfire decks. But yeah, first time we're seeing Pitchfire this GP.
If you're doing something like turn 2 Rapid Thrill, turn 3 Industrial Revolt, that is 9 damage you're chucking at someone.
Yeah, but they go away afterwards. Like it feels explosive.
Or
I
Rog.
feel like it could easily run out of gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elemental of Surprise, I guess, gives you guys first haste, which makes use of your guys. Most of your guys already have haste, so not sure what to think about that.
This does feel like a burn deck. It could run Butterfly Rebellion.
I don't think Butterfly Rebellion isn't good here because
It's not.
it
It's
doesn't
not.
buff power.
Yeah.
The problem with Butterfly Rebellion is that it doesn't buff power, so you want to play it with like big stuff that costs little. So like you want to play with big tokens. Like I did a instigator search for cheap cards that make big tokens, and there really isn't any.
Yeah. Oh well.
So I have to give it 5 chili peppers though, because this deck is very spicy. I feel like it sort of deck that would just fall over and die. And given how like prematurely Gal tends to concede, I can see a lot of games going by very quickly with this deck on both ends. So you're still giving me a 6.
Yeah.
What's this deck that much?
Rapid Thrill and Newcomer's Luck are very powerful enchantments.
Sure, but
It could because if you have a deck built on 8 copies of a single enchantment, and then I'm not sure.
well, let's move on. Zengi is on Tabia's Princess Rescue, so it's playing, assuming the new princess. Wait, it's not playing princess. Where's the
Playing
princess?
a princess's play.
Oh,
Very nice to see this card finally at season play.
that's disappointing. I was hoping to see the new commanding princess in action. Well, I mean, this is a close second. It blows something up and makes a creature. That's almost like a princess.
Death Shadows deck?
Death Shadow? Oh, right. It's running Herald and Death Shadow. That's
Elder Oblivion. And does this deck have any way to gain life?
That's what
It's got Factors in Davia and Villainy. Yeah. And gain life.
Scrap Metal. Oh, they're playing Scrap Metal to really screw over burn decks.
Scrap Metal is bad against Observer.
Right, it
Bad
is.
against Observer.
That's hilarious.
Bad against Neon Claw Knight too.
I think
You don't want to discard Neon Claw Knight.
I think you're actually willing to discard Neon Cloud Knight if you're playing Burn because your life is basically worth a card there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that might be right.
They're playing 2 Rot in order to beat the Observer decks. Although Rot is 4
Ew.
mana, so you can actually get down Observer before they can Rot you.
Yeah.
And it seems decent. It's just all the Abzan good cards. It's just a stack of good cards.
The stack of good cards with some Death Shadow synergy.
Yeah.
Percy, Percy is also not very played very often. Does that do anything? I guess it's just it doesn't have any explicit synergy, so I'm assuming it's just mid-range
I
value
think
card.
Percy's just good stuff, mid-range value and stuff.
Oh. Okay, so in that case, I'll give Zany's deck like 3 chili peppers. Doesn't seem that cool, but yeah.
I'm going for 4 mostly just as I'm excited to see Princess's play.
My dip out. I'm getting real tired.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Thanks for joining, Doc.
Catch you later.
All right, next it's just us and Tree Q. Let's get the energy up.
Black to you.
I'm looking at the next deck list, and
Getting tired.
I see a lot of copies of a single card
Don't
and a
cast-
4-card sideboard. I don't know if it's like a visual error or
It's not.
it's actually a 4-card sideboard.
I think
But-
it's... I do find
4-card sideboard.
it funny how out of all the cards that could
The
have
sideboard's
sideboarded,
good enough. You only need 4 cards of them. Yeah.
they decided to go with Alton Surveyor. So,
Yeah.
So what's the combo here?
So you play Heartwalker and or Guardian, and then you play Infinite Chast Squeeze.
Forest Guardian?
Well,
Wait.
you can't play Infinite.
Many. And then you cast Supreme Stampede because actually, yeah, you're almost always going to get Supreme Stampede on 4.
Wait, how are you casting
Yeah.
Infinite Chascades?
You've got
Chasky gets Chasky.
Yeah, but how are you reducing it to 0 mana?
Oh,
can't.
by infinite, I mean like 3 on turn 3.
This...
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth going out of your way for this combo.
Well, I mean, you could play Heartwalker or Guardian on 2, and then you play 3 Chasquees on 3 and 4 Chasquees on 4. And then you Supreme Stampede someone because you probably flipped one of them through your Chasquees.
I love playing 1 mana 2
Mate.
ones.
And like this little blank single-handedly made Chasquee probably one of the most played cards this GP.
Yep.
Yeah.
So clearly it must be good.
Gotta
You're
be
probably
good.
right.
18 copies of it in the GP. Yeah.
Chasquee I think has seen play, right?
No.
Oh, never
No.
mind.
I think it was like one of the other cards that care about copies of itself that saw play. And that deck also
Yeah.
performed horribly, so just playing it out there. Probably not a great idea to do this if you want to win a GP. But
It's
but maybe a little
fine.
blanks is playing around here. I mean, it's funny. Winning isn't always the goal. The true Next, how do you what's the saying? What's the saying go again?
let's move to the next deck.
Sure. So 5 chili peppers, but power rating of 3. So moving on. Bravos is not on ramp. Yeah, they didn't ask me pre-GP for a ramp deck, and good thing they didn't because I didn't have one. But wait, they're
This
still on
looks
ramp.
epic encounter. Oh wait, this is just heart attack. Okay.
The heart attack is a ramp deck, right?
Oh, I suppose.
Do they play any explicitly rampy cards? Simo's, I guess, explicitly rampy. Everything else is whatever.
RFE.
Also, shout out to Simone for being 4-mana walker that enters with 6 loyalty and a blocker.
Yeah.
That thing is like 4 mana to get a 1/1 doesn't feel like it's worth it.
Yeah. It's very difficult to actually deal with unless you have trample. Funnily enough.
You could also get its ult pretty fast.
Yeah,
Like
Its Lul's ult
yeah.
is game winning.
like +1,
The ult is
+1,
very
and
quick.
all. I guess that's pretty doable.
Yeah, 2+1s and then an ult, and it still lives. So yeah.
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 And the +1 works with other planeswalkers. I was playing a deck earlier with both Letty and Samul, and like they just never die.
Yeah, I can totally see that happening. What does Epic and counter fetch? Any spicy targets?
Heart of Zadina.
Other than that.
Oh.
Wait, why are they?
Salvation Engine.
That does not seem like a good card to play in this deck. It's
Do it.
playable in this deck, but I feel like it's not the best option.
Your other Simul.
Okay, I mean that probably good.
Ether. Ether looks terrible.
I mean, it's probably just Heart of Zadina.
Wait, no,
2 to 5.
It searches your own deck.
She says great. I don't know why more people aren't playing her, because like you grab a card. It's a tutor that also goes up +1 in card matches.
5 mana. Yeah.
It costs 5.
What's they're playing in Dire Straits.
Main board Singularity Blast.
Yeah, so they have game against the Observer decks.
And Mastery of the Veil. Which looks to be Acress, an actual heart attack deck.
Heart attack. I'll give it 3 chili peppers because I'm not the biggest fan of watching heart attack decks.
It's just, yeah, a lot of decent cards. I'm not too sure about like Mastery of the Mastery of the Veil does just win you the game.
Veil is your standard heart attack top end, like way back when.
Yeah.
You're just going back to classics.
Epic Encounter. I mean, you do just stall out the game and win.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I think this deck should have Letitia, and the fact that it doesn't have Letitia probably knocks it down a point.
It doesn't really have things to sack with Letitia. Like
It
Letty
doesn't,
does
but
need
you
tokens.
just use Letitia. Yeah.
Anyway.
I got a Simul and no upper planeswalkers.
Oh, Scribble's cooking.
Turbo is on
Well, it's
activability control.
Is this deck good?
It's playing 4 Spiritual Guidance and
Midnight Dreary.
Like, is that good?
Well, it certainly does stuff. That's what, like, if you get Terraformer's Globe down, suddenly your enchantments go insane because you're activating every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have a lot of ways to activate at sorcery.
Yeah.
But what do you have? Like, what ways do you have it of activating at instant speed? You have Intrepid and you have Terraformer's Globe, and that's it.
I guess Embodied Soul, but yeah, that's about it.
That also works.
It seems.
Yeah. This has quite a few main board observer answers.
Wait, how's this like winning? I guess it's
Midnight Jury, and then a lot of 1/1s.
By Embodied Soul.
Midnight Jury beat down, but okay, I guess I can see that happening.
Yeah.
And they're playing they're just playing the normal counter spell suite of blue-white decks. Counterspell and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I give it 4 on the power level. It's mostly because like activated ability tribal is not very proven yet.
Oh, they're also playing Heart of Zadina.
Yeah, sure.
Their heart deck. That instantly drags down my rating to 4 chili pepper. I do not like Heart of Zadina.
I don't like Heart of Zadina, and I don't think it's
Fetchers.
the best card here.
Zangy came in with fetchers are non-manual activation abilities.
Fetches are. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so you get blocker
Oh,
fetches.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
decent. Yeah.
Does that actually no, I don't think that actually bumps up the rating any more than it does. Like that's just the sort of thing you expect to
Yeah.
happen. That's like a good
That
synergy.
makes
So you're basically expecting these things to go off every turn in the early game. Then I guess in the late game you're hoping that you have a Terraformers Club out so you can start also triggering it every turn.
Hmm.
What?
It's possible this is insane. I just have never seen it in action yet.
Same.
I think it's the sort of deck that looks like it's infinite value and insane, but ends up not being like that in practice because sometimes you just get clunky draws.
Yeah, possible.
Moving on, engineers.
We have Death Shadow.
Rixus Death Shadow. Yep, that's a deck they've been running through league with. Are they like at the top of the league leaderboards right now? Let me check.
I think.
Yeah, but they probably also played like more games.
Next, you're losing your lead.
I mean, I've been deck testing the entire.
Next, don't let the
I've
newcomers
literally
win.
just been deck testing. I go 1-0 and then I switch to a different deck.
It's like bring
I think this is like an 8.
yeah, this is
Legit.
definitely it. This deck is definitely proven. And Reconstructed Adept is the new addition from new sets, and it certainly is a pretty good card in this build. And also, so differences that from of
Get
this deck.
your inner practice endeavors back.
Yeah, so Inner Endeavor is very fun with Herald of Oblivion because Inner second mode removes all counters from a creature. Well, guess what? You target with you target Herald of Oblivion with it, and then you get to basically buff it to a 14/14 at instant speed. I'm surprised that Engineer is like the first person to actually find out a bit about this interaction and experiment with it, because like now you're able to play two cards that are generally good on their own and combine them in a very unfair way. And then you also have you still have all the good Death Shadow goodie two drops like Ink Summoner and Sukar. Constructed Adept. Oh yes, Stubborn Denial. That card's also quite good because Sukar and Herald of Oblivion both turn that card on.
Yeah.
It's quite decent. It's scam. It's like the scam deck, but just like without the combo. It just kills you the normal way.
No, it's not very scammy, right? It's like
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
like the
playing by
scam, but
time.
like no combo.
Is Enough Praxis Endeavor on Herald technically a combo? It's a combo that deals you 15 damage, right? Or 14 damage, right?
I don't really think that's something you go for. Herald as a 7/7 usually is enough to just kill a player.
Yeah, but it's
something.
actually no. So basically, what happens is that you play Herald down as like a 3/3 or 4/4, and then you swing, and your opponent has to consider the fact that you could turn it into a 14/14.
That's true. Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure on your opponent. Yeah, 5 Chili Peppers because it's basically the coolest. Like, so basically, new player joins the format, immediately brews a super cool and format defining deck. I feel like this is something that happens a lot with MSEM. We get all these newcomers coming in and then immediately bring a super powerful deck that fits the format.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. Donkey Kong. Wait, who's this guy? Are they a newcomer?
I think they're also a new player.
Oh wait, when did they join? I don't remember seeing that name.
Growdy. I have.
Oh, did they join Oh, they just joined the server yesterday. I guess that's so they haven't played any games yet. I don't think.
It says they joined in January. But like
They weren't active until.
I'm playing the first time. Okay,
Oh,
they're relatively new. They're first GP.
and seems like someone handed them Phoenix.
Lava Spill is new, I think.
No, it's from an old set. Just nobody played it before. Because
Yeah, I mean, like no one had played it before.
for a good reason, I feel. Look at deal 2 damage and then not even draw a card afterwards.
Well, it's if you think about it, right? It is like Scry 3, which is drawing 1.5 cards.
Her, I disagree with that assessment, but
Don't think about it too hard.
1.5. Scry 3 is one card at most. It's like almost less than one card. In this sort of deck, at least. So it is playing Devoted Artistry, which is a card that supposedly is really good in these Phoenix sort of decks, but nobody has managed to break it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, it's just a bunch of cantrips.
It's a lot of decent cards. I mean, I don't think it's Secret of Mysteries is a card I haven't
should
seen.
play Bitstorm, so we should be more excited about it.
I don't think anyone's running Bitstorm right now.
Yeah.
That's disappointing. Like we made such a big deal about Bitstorm and then nobody runs it.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate.
Also because it would make for
I would
good
have put this
commentary.
at a 3 rather than a 4.
Oh, it is
I'm
running
looking at the sideboard. They have Power Jam.
Wait, did Gal build this deck? Yeah, Gal is super high on Power Jam for some reason.
How does Power Jam work?
It's basically a silence. Actually, no, it's not. It's a two-sided silence. So you can't actually use it to protect your own turn. You can only use it on your opponent's turn to prevent them from try to slow them
You
down.
can do it
from casting
at the
spells.
start of your turn. Just to prevent them from interrupting your combat or something.
Yeah, but then you can't cast spells that turn anymore.
That's fine.
They are running 4 smoldering pages to blow up the observers, so that's fun.
I mean, this seems fine. It's a deck. I don't think it's particularly powerful.
I don't think it seems good.
I'll give it blue pepper. It used blue peppers feels unoptimized.
I think the mana base is a little bit outdated. But, oh well. Shadow at Home. Oh, it's another one. It's just a Death Shadow. This Death Shadow deck has been really popular for some reason.
Yeah.
Because someone's burning up a league with it.
I really don't think it's that strong. Oh well.
I think it is that strong.
It does. Well, it's a deck that can seem very strong because it makes a very threatening board, and then it has plays. Like it can just steal games with of Bolivian swinging in for 14 randomly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, they're only buy time.
Generally, when it's scary is when they draw 2 Heralds of Oblivion.
Somehow they always manage to get 2 Heralds of Oblivion when I get them down to a low life total, and then I have to. I basically have 1 turn to win before they whack me to death.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
They're running 1 buy time in the sideboard, which I find very interesting. Yes, it's like
And 1 white light.
Draw a card, give something lifelink, basically.
Or Winnow.
Or Winnow.
Winnow. For Herald.
You can Winnow on a blocker, and yeah. They'll get through the 14 damage to a flying chumper. That's pretty cool.
I mean, sure. Yeah. That's alright.
I'll also buy chili peppers again. So moving on.
Your deck.
Yeah. So all my favorite decks are dead, so I decided to say screw it and just play burn because I hate all of you guys now. This is what happens uh when you nerf all the decks that I like to play. I just go full hatred mode and uh play burn because screw you guys. Okay, but
Is there any reason why like all these decks are running 3 Fire Hearths instead of 4?
I think it's just you really don't want to open on a hand with multiple Fire Hearth Halls.
That's fair.
Yeah, so again,
And
so this is pretty similar to the list that I gave Epid, except this time it's only running 3 Hatchos Miniverse because I realized that without Neon Cloud Knight, Hatchos Miniverse doesn't really cut it in a burn deck. Like the reprise is good, but in most games you just won't get the mana to use the reprise. And on its own it's like whatever. So instead of 3 Hatchos, I have 1 Civilizations cost because I realized I can basically use a flashback to reprise. It's a cheap way to reprise something from a graveyard. Because like even if I run out of resources in hand, I can still Civ's cost flashback and then reprise a Rogar's Gambit onto it. This deck's just
Civ's cost. Yeah, that's interesting actually. Yeah.
yeah. If Neon was here, they'd be a way more enthusiastic about talking about Civ's cost because I remember when they were like main decking 4 copies of Civ's cost in their mono red burn decks because they really want to because that's what they think meta will be like.
Civ's. I think Civ's cost is just actually a crazy card because if your opponent does happen to have like 5 non-basics, you just destroy them.
If your opponent happens to have 5 non-basics, they're at 5 mana, and you're on the way to losing the game.
Okay.
If your opponent has 5 non-basics, you can deal 10 damage to them.
They're probably going to find some way to answer Civ's cost if they have that many lands out. Unless it's like unless they've already ran out of resources, then that's really good. So that's why I'm running 2 more Civ's cost on the sideboard against decks that actually have that many non-basics.
Right. Also, Civ's cost is an instant, which is very relevant.
Irrelevant. So I want to say that Fork Pillar is absolutely insane against certain decks. And with Neon Claw Knight, you can buff the damage on this thing so that it now does a really good Searing Blaze impression.
Oh. It also works like that with Beat and Batter now, because it's Beat and Batter's 2 instances of damage.
Yeah, it synergizes really nicely with Neon Claw Knight, and basically it also synergizes quite well with Brazen Sacrilege.
What's that one card that like deals 1 damage to all players and creatures? That was really OP for a while, but then it's from VHS, I think.
Oh, right. I remember what the card does, but I forgot what it was called.
It's like the file from Hearthstone.
Like something.
Unstoppable Slaughter, that's the one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Unstoppable Slaughter is not runnable in mono red burn, but yeah, there's like lots of ways to synergize with Brazen Sacrilege. Other than that, I think like in certain matchups, I could just play this deck more like a control deck where I instead just play out creatures and then use all my removal on my opponent's creatures. And then in the late game, I can start reprising some of my Rogar's Gambits onto bigger stuff and win the game that way instead of going all out early. Which I do like about this deck. But still, like, playing Burn isn't my natural, or isn't the style of deck that I'm most familiar with because like Burn isn't really a Ricky deck. But like since all the ramp decks are dead, or since I can't find a good ramp deck after nerfs, I'll just have to make do with Burn until I find something that suits me better.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So 5 chili peppers because I'm going to be commentating myself. Moving on, Cajun is on Versus.
Cajun's actually playing a GP. Oh my god.
This is a deck that is like the day 1 deck. in League, right?
Right, this was the day one boogeyman. It
I'm
turns
going to
out that.
say
Go ahead.
I have no idea how good this is, but I'm very excited to see it.
Well, in practice, it turns out this deck was not very good. It was very hyped up due to its leech bite combos of like playing leech bite, playing overactive imagination, then playing Urag, and then just spamming a billion curses. But it doesn't exactly have the proper amount of card advantage. Like if you hit curse after curse after curse, you can just win the game on the spot. But a lot of the time, you run out of cards, and you're stuck to top decking.
You break on lands.
Yeah.
Also, you hunter turn one or pre-game Hunter's Mark, turn one overactive imagination is that draw start that you kind of want
Green.
in this deck.
Yeah.
Even better if you have a second overactive imagination, so you can go pre-game Hunters and then turn one overactive, turn two overactive, and then all the curses that you spam on them get copied like 4 times.
Yeah.
Which
And then you win with Substack exploits.
was some stack exploits. But then in
Well,
practice, like you don't actually have in practice you didn't draw Substack exploit into in your nut hand, so just play a bunch of cards that get copied and eventually the copies don't even do anything because lots of these curses have ETB effects that don't go or that are kind of hard capped
well, wait.
by opponent's resources.
Agent is not running middle. What is it called? Middle stack or something? Middleware.
Didn't we determine that this card was bad?
Middleware is bad?
Wait, was that? No, wait. I remember determining that one of the cards that the curse deck was running was bad. I forgot which one it was.
Middleware is like one
Yeah,
of the
that
most
seems bad.
bunkered. Really? I really thought it's like one of the most bunkers card advantage engines because you play middleware and then you just spam all your curses, and then when you run out of cards, you start stealing your opponent's deck.
So it only works once you run out of cards.
Well, you run out of cards pretty quick because of your own cost reductions with Hunter's Mark.
And then the cards that you're getting don't at all synergize with your curses.
It was. I think like someone determined early on that middleware is just worse than Substack exploit, so they just cut it eventually.
Okay, sure.
But I'm still willing to give this deck 5 chili peppers because it's a very creative deck, even if it's not that great.
Yeah. Uraga's a crazy card.
I know. It seems so crazy, but then you actually play with it and you realize that it sometimes you just break.
You just grab all lands, yeah.
Yeah.
How unfortunate.
Moving on. Cyber is on.
Hard attack.
Is it the same deck that someone else is running? It's the exact same deck.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I gave them 2 chili peppers back there, right? Did I give them 3? Okay, that's more than I expected, but sure. I'm pretty sure Cyber is the one who built this deck, so at least they'll be more familiar with running the deck than Dravels. They're probably stronger at playing it. And Cyber's been a pretty regular heart attack player, I think.
I played Cyber in League, and they were running it with Cosmic Coalescing as the win condition.
Like they moved over
Instead.
to Epic Encounter. Or Mastery of the Veil.
Yeah. Oh well. I think Mastery is also good.
I appreciate how they're running good art for Forbidden Treasure.
I
I haven't actually been on a good art hunt, or I haven't been looking for good arts in the GP in the Decklist stream currently. I think there was any though, so I think this is the first good art I've seen in this Decklist stream so far. See more later on. Yeah, toast. Toast.
Fish.
Fish. Well, 1 chili pepper. Did I give Fish a chili pepper last time? I gave it 2? Okay, well, too bad. You're going down to 1 chili pepper because you're not a new
You're
player.
retroactively nerfing them. Fish is probably not an 8. It's probably a 7 at most. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think Fish is
We'll
pretty
find
crazy
an 8
still.
soon.
definitely get there.
Splash cats scribbles.
Oh, it's
It's a copy paste.
well, time to copy.
Card for
Then we
card.
also copy paste what we put for Scribble. Moving on. Hershey's
John Heart Attack. Another one?
Oh, this deck. I remember playing it against it in League. So it actually has an infinite combo somewhere in there
Oh.
with Sparkling Life plus
Uh,
yeah, Heart of Zadina. So I think like there are like some configuration of cards where if you have enough lands, Heart of Zadina plus Sparkling Life goes if you have 2 Heart of Zadinas and Sparkling Life and enough mana off the hearts, you can go infinite with it because in Sparkling Life, return a heart from graveyard to play and make it sack your tapped heart, and then you just keep going or something.
wait. No, you need the Hall to get
Oh, right,
Spark
Hall,
back.
right. It's a 3-card combo. Okay, yeah, but like there was some sort of infinite combo in there that you can do if you have enough mana. And RD does a good job of helping you find those cards. Sparkling Life is just good on its own, right?
Yeah, it saw play in like standard, the sorcery version that got released in Thunder Junction.
There's a sorcery version of this in standard now?
Yeah, in canon.
What's
Yeah.
it called?
Oh, I don't know. It saw play in, I think, 5C domain. I'm not sure. World Souls Rage. Wrong set. My bad.
Blood Souls Rage.
It's from Markov Manor or Karlov Manor or one of
Murder in Markov Manor. Honestly, that would have been a much better set than what we got.
Nah, it is what it is. But yeah, World Soul Rage. World Souls Rage.
When the world soul is enraged.
So I guess this card it's probably really good then. If it saw play as a sorcery speed version. Canon Magic.
I mean, yeah. Any new cards here?
Probably.
Uh,
Never mind. Nope, there isn't.
nope. Just good old magic. Okay.
I'll give it 3 chili peppers. I mean, it's a hard attack deck, but they have an infinite combo in there.
Yeah. It's
Moving on.
probably
Test is playing. Oh, Gerald Wretched Cure.
Tabia.
In the Veil. Tabia. Okay, they're on Tabia, but they're playing some pretty interesting cards. Within the Veil, that's pretty good in Tabia deck. Gerald Wretched Cure, pretty decent in Tabia deck. Oh, enters, grab Green Legend, and then random stuff. What else? Oh, it synergizes with Thin the Veil. Does the same thing with as Thin the Veil. Is there any super interesting things? Other interesting things in this deck?
Trying to understand what's going on here. Is it just
It's just
a Tapia deck?
just mid range, right?
This is just mid range. Nothing about it excites me.
Mid range with
Okay.
It's mid range with Tabia, yes.
Sure.
How are they
I
getting
mean,
cards into the yard for Cindervale? Do you have any natural ways to get extra cards in? Okay, MST, I guess. That's the only way. They have also have range eye. Okay, they do have ways of getting cards in yard. Sure, I guess
Yeah, I
that
mean,
makes.
it seems just like a mid-range deck. You play Thin the Veil as a spare card.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it like 2 chili peppers. Whatever deck. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Comeback. Flash soldiers. I see.
Oh, I hate playing against this deck.
Okay, so
It's good, but I hate playing
they have a new
against
card
it.
in Unfounded Identity, which in a deck with this many tokens,
Ooh,
it's basically a guaranteed removal spell, right?
sure.
Yeah. It's like Event Horizon, except only count one side.
And the life cycle matters here because they want tokens.
Yeah, it could matter. And so then they have Sigil and Chronicles to buff their board. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of token making and white's counter spells, because apparently that's something that we have in this format.
They really
Why
like
do we
running
have white
the.
counter?
What?
Why do we have the
Ha-
Uh,
have what? Can't hear.
fade? No.
Fade?
Why do we
oh,
have
fade.
fade?
Why do they have fade? It's just a counterspell.
Why do we have fade?
Oh, because
Oh,
it counts around it.
someone said yes to fade. And it's
Council
fine.
L.
They allow fade, but they don't allow chi block.
They allow fade, but they don't allow pre-nerfed Observer of Aeons killing on turn 2. Hypocrisy, Mark.
Is Rally the Railguard a good card? I really
Well,
like running this thing.
it's like if your opponent tries to interact on board, you get to make 3 guys for 3 mana. If they don't, then it's still like 4 mana, 3 guys. Not like it's not worst. It's not horrible worst case scenario.
I guess you can play this after opponents declare blockers.
Yeah. But can we talk about bioluminescent display? Because when I play against Trumpek, this was the most annoying card ever.
It's such an annoying card.
Imagine if Remand could make tokens.
Oh wow, that's
Counterspell can make tokens like Portal Fracture.
Wait, isn't that just a counter spell? What? Why do we have this?
White gets remands now.
Yes, but that's one hell of a remand.
I know, right?
This deck's strong.
Yeah.
It's strong and annoying, and I will not be surprised if it wins this GP.
But it's also running more new cards. It's running Sublime the Soul, which is Grave Hate with life cycling.
All the life cycling cards are probably playable here. And Evolution's End, which is
It's like that kind of card that kills something and then lets your opponent investigate. Except this time the investigation goes to their hand. And it's instant speed.
do think something like the and the Horizon, whatever.
Event Horizon?
Event Horizon is better. Since you're making so many tokens, but oh well.
Oh, Canon 1 is also instant speed. I thought it was sorcery speed. I think it like Evolution's End is for when you're not ahead on board.
Fair, yeah.
Okay, so I'll give this 5 chili peppers. It's a very interesting deck. I like it. Trapfull is playing a deck that they've been playing League with.
It's good.
But yeah.
Trapfull's they've been updating the deck. It's been getting stronger over time.
They managed to figure out how to break Pitch Pirate Curse, and turns out all you have to the first thing you have to do is also put Egg of Avarice into it. Make this into an Egg of Avarice deck. Wait, did they? Oh, they're running one Hero of Oblivion now. That's spicy. You can fetch it off Egg.
That's interesting.
They also play 3 and practice Endeavor to synergize with Herald. Oh, they're like very tightly built now.
Draxus Trepanator is not a card that I like. Uh, you drop it turn 1, and then you play something like Salome's or Shikai's Revenant, or like wait, where's Still Smoke?
They cut it because it sucks.
Still Smoke is
Well,
amazing.
Still
Sure,
Smoke
got
is 3
cut.
mana. It sucks.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
yeah, then you just make
does it always have
opponents.
Mausoleum Resident?
Yeah, Mausoleum Resident gets buffed for every turn, so
Yeah, I know, it's really good, but I'm not. But did this deck always have that? Pretty sure it did.
Salome's Messenger and Shikai's Revenant. You just get them back over and over and over.
No, I know, I just haven't seen that before.
Mausoleum this
Thank
is sort of recent addition. I think Tropicables was used to be on a version that was like playing like something Lantern Bears or whatever called. Yeah, they were playing that Lantern Bear Bell, the 1-drop slot. Sometime else, I think, was also a pretty good card in the deck because it can easily get the sacks off, and then it's a 3/1 flyer, which clocks pretty nicely. It seems like they cut it for. They probably cut it to fit in the Herald of Oblivion plus Muslim Residents. Not sure which version is better, but the Herald version is definitely spicier.
Mm-hmm.
And post board, they seem to be running Grizzly Feast. I don't think I've seen this card before. Each player sacrifices a creature, then you gain 2 life for each creature that died this turn. That could be a lot of life gain. I feel like Grizzly Feast. Wait, this card basically gains 4 life in your deck. Wait, this is just a better version of Reduce to Not, right?
Reduce to Not is 1 player.
Yeah, but it's a better version.
Reduce to Not, it's an instant.
Oh, right. But like
Isn't
but it's very comparable to Reduce to Not in what it does in your deck, right? Like
surely Kill This Love is better, right?
This love gain life though.
At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, you gain
It's
2
3
life.
mana, so it's way too slow. Like Grizzly Feast against Burn, you play this turn 2, gain 4 life, and they have to sack their 1-drop. That's insane.
Sure.
No, I think they add this card because I beat them up with Burn in League too many times.
I don't think this card is good.
I think it's great against Burn.
Ah.
You can even gain 6 life if you're in the later turn and you manage to sack something on the same turn that you play it.
Sure, why not?
Anyways, I'll give this deck 5 chili peppers. Because this is. I really like this deck. They like. Tropicals never gave up on Pitchfire Curse, and they managed to tune the deck to something that is.
Wins.
Yeah, something that competes on very high levels. Alright, so moving on. Pipsqueak.
Heart Attack
Commanding
again?
Princess. It's a Commanding Princess deck. Commanding Princess is. Well, Commanding Princess can return lands now, so the second mode is now relevant in this deck too.
Huh. Wait. Oh no, it's to hand. Okay.
Yeah, but you can use it to return lands, which actually makes it useful now. Reconstructed Adept. So that's a Snapcaster, and then Panya is Panya, and then it's just a control deck. It's Heart Attack, yeah.
Sure.
It's literally Heart Attack. Okay, oh. Actually, something interesting. So, Road to the Clouds is now Sorcery Speed, so and they have Mabel in the they have Mabel in this sideboard. So if they bring in Children of the Clouds, they can't first mate the Mabel.
I mean, Children of the Clouds is usually off a Cosmic
Oh,
as
yeah,
a win
right.
condition.
Right, they're not bringing it in. Okay, anyways.
Just don't like decks that run like 90% counterspell.
Two Chili Peppers, I don't want to watch this deck.
It's just Cursory Glance, Crest Everything, LSD, LTD, Cosmic. At least Commanding Princess doesn't return to the battlefield, so it's a little harder to Commanding Princess Cane Dancer.
Yeah, you just have to do it when you're at 6 mana.
Commanding Princess is still a crazy card. Like, it's a 3-for-1 almost all the time. Oh well.
Caillou is on this
Heart Attack!
heart attack. Where's the heart of Zadina? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Two
Heart
Chili
Attack.
Peppers. Bye, Triku, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless they're having internet problems.
How many Heart Attacks decks are there right now?
Way more than there should be.
1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th one.
I should have run.
Oh, jeez.
I should have ran Imperial Sieges in my sideboard. I regret not running it after Neon told me to. But this deck is running Primal Resurgence. The quote-unquote nerf Primal Resurgence. Now that it no longer needs to enchant a basic, you can actually run it in 5-color decks.
Yeah.
So that's your turn 1 ramp. You're playing Pale Weaver Alexa, which also ramps you and then gets back your good sorceries. They got Tinted Grove as turn 3 ramp. Tinted Grove can hit Mastery of the Veil, which makes you really sad. Can hit.
You can hit Prying Inquiry.
Everything else is a good hit.
Everything else, yeah. Unless you have an Alexa already out. Okay, it's decent. Samul is crazy. I do think Samul is... Like, there's a lot of talk about Samula versus a Johnny. I think Samul's better simply because you don't have to be running white. And that is the sole reason why. As a card, a Johnny is better on 4. But just because white, I think, is a weaker color than green.
Is Johnny also green?
Johnny is white red. I mean, white blue or white green.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah.
And green blue, well, is very easy to get because green gets a lot of different colors and blue gets a lot of different colors. Just the splashing. Anyway.
So
4-color.
it's like a little bit more interesting than normal heart attack deck. I'll give it 3 Chili Peppers. Yeah. What are you calling the deck again? 4-color heart attack? Like Jund.
Sure.
Jund
with Alexa. Oh wait, no.
Jund
with RFE.
Jund heart attack.
That's just all the good cards.
It's moist. It's moist Jund.
Sure. And Styles. Oh wait, he's not running the deck that I thought he was.
They're running.
Oh, they are running. Mid range.
Yeah, they're playing
Black-green
wildlife
mid-range.
sketches.
The Profane Emissary package. Wait, where's Jejune?
You don't run Jejune now. This deck can't play double black. Or they can't do quadruple black.
You can you could.
You could, but you don't want to. Or you don't need to because you got green. So
yeah.
You don't need that much top end. And they got Letty with good stuff to sack. They got Yomo along with good stuff to sack. Good. It's a good solid
It's quite good,
deck.
yeah. I'll give it a 7, I think.
I think it's actually a purple deck. Like I think it's a purple deck.
It is a.
So
it's a copy paste of a purple deck.
Give it. So it automatically gets 5 Chili Peppers.
All purple decks. Okay, sure.
Like purple hardly makes decks these days, so seeing a purple deck in the wild is actually a surprise now.
All right, who do you think's gonna win this GP?
Going by numbers, it's one of the Merfolk players. Wait, no, it's not Merfolk. Who's the only 8 in this? I didn't know 8s
I
anymore.
didn't give anyone an 8. Everyone got between 3 and
I
7.
think it's one of the heart attack guys that's going to win the GP. I mean, it's control decks have way more chances to not run half to half of their deck and then lose.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I suspect that one of the burn decks will make it to top 8 and then lose horribly because that's what burn does.
Hmm.
I think
I think the big decks are just all the hard tech stuff. That's Shadow, and then maybe me and Truk were cooking something with Observer
there's a bunch of
OTK.
the decks
Who
run
knows?
Singularity's Grasp.
Yeah,
Yeah, have fun with that.
Singularities. Why do you gotta run Singularities Grasp? Why do you people main deck that suddenly?
They're playing against the meta.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Anyways,
because
yeah, that's all the decks so far in this GP. So yeah, I think that's the first. That's like the first decklist stream after not decklist streaming for 3 months. So yeah, thanks for joining me, Nix, and we'll
and everyone else died.
yeah, we actually managed to finish quite quickly relative to how many decks there were, right? Like we only spent almost 2 hours on it, which is
30 decks. Oh jeez, it's been
which is a
2
lot
hours.
faster than what happens when like back when we had me and Purple on a decklist stream because we would stunlock each other in discussion. Like you guys this time were mostly just like we were mostly just pretty quiet.
And
Didn't say anything,
there's
so
not too
that's
much going on.
yeah. Anyways, I'll end the stream here. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining me, Nix.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I will disappear now.